Hi, this is Matthew Tait from Fork in the Road YouTube channel. I'm continuing my series on anxiety. In particular, this video is about the book reviews that I'm doing with my anxiety series. And so today I'd like to give you a book review of this book here, Rewrite the Rules with David Gillman. This is a book that actually has a lot of depth for a lot of people in the area of anxiety. In particular, this book is focused on bullying and bullying in the schoolyard. Now, you might not think that this would apply to you if you're an adult, but I guarantee you there are many elements that are affecting every adult from their days at school. Elements like bullying that has flavored and tinged and twinged your entire existence. And that's why this book is super useful, because it brings forward the concept of rules. We all live by a set of rules. And the idea is that you are to rewrite the rules that you were handed down as a child and actually write some empowering rules in your adult life. It's quite surprising when you read the book, some of the triggers that came up for me, because I too had experienced some bullying right through my school life, because I was about this tall. I was tiny. Whereas now I'm a reasonably solid guy, it's kind of hard to imagine me dealing with bullying. In fact, I remember seeing some of the people at school, 5-6 years later, and I was quite surprised at how short they were, because everybody was up here when I was in high school. So a lot inside this book resonated with me, and I realized some of my anxieties in life are actually woven into the stories, to the rules that are driving our lives, and some of which came from school. So in this book, what Dave Gillman, he takes you on a journey through his life. He takes you on a journey from a happy childhood in primary school. Then he goes to high school and discovers at the age of 12 that life is very difficult with bullying. So bad are the bullies at his school, he eventually spiraled all the way down to a point where he had a gun to his head. His father had a gun in his gun cabinet, and he had the gun to his head because it was all too hard. And this gun to his head moment was a defining moment in his life. A little voice inside his head stopped him. That survival instinct, I guess. And so the story goes from that experience and then takes you on a journey through the rest of his life, and how he created a different bunch of rules that would empower him to eventually, in his adult life, become the, I think it was 5 times Dancesport champion of Australia. 3 of those titles he had in one day with his partner. So that's ballroom dancing and all the other types of dancing that go into Dancesport. So an amazing shift in his life. So how did he go from being a happy child to then having a gun to his head to then becoming the Dancesport champion of Australia? And the answer was he rewrote the rules. It's a powerful book, and there's a lot in there. It's written for somebody who might be a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old in high school who might be struggling with bullying. And we know right now here in Australia, and indeed all around the world, when it comes to bullying, we now have a new thing, and that is online bullying. That's where you could be sitting in your bedroom, which used to be for me a safe haven, and you are still being bullied on your smartphone. So it's a whole nother game for us these days now if you're a child. So if you're a parent, if you're a caretaker of a child, if you're concerned about your kids at school, read this book. Rewrite the rules of your life. If you're an adult who has suffered bullying at school, then read the book, Rewrite the Rules. Now, the reason why I'm really advocating this, because when I read this, so many of the rules were applying to me. Not just in my childhood days, but also in my adult days. And so, if you can understand the stories you are telling yourself in your head, the ones that cause you pain, you get to rewrite them. You don't have to relive them. And this is what I'm getting from this book. And I saw in the back of the book that Dave has some programs for kids and for anyone who wants to rewrite those rules. Something where you can go in, understand what you've actually been living to, and then change your future. I love the idea of storytelling in our head and changing it, changing the script, flip it. Fantastic book. I really loved it because we can all, whether you're a child or whether you're a grown adult, you can rewrite the rules in your life. So go check it out. Dave Gillman's Rewrite the Rules. It's all about the story you're telling yourself. I love it because of that story-changing dynamic. So here's a question for you. What stories are you telling yourself in your anxiety story? Are they true? Question them. Rewrite them. There's 1,000 ways of doing that. This is one, and in my book series, I got a whole range of other ideas too. The idea is to give you hope. That's why I'm doing this book series. Go and check out Dave Gillman, Rewrite the Rules. I believe he's got it on Amazon, and you can Google him and find him online, and I'll throw some links just down below. My name's Matt Tait. This is the Anxiety series for Fork in the Road YouTube channel, and you check out Dave Gillman's book, Rewrite the Rules.